Hi, this is Elizabeth with The Art of Cherishing Home. Today I'm going to be making a vegetarian chili. I'm starting off by cutting one small onion. One small onion chopped as finely as you can get. Over here I'm making my vegetable broth. What I've done is I've saved scraps from all of the vegetables that I've cut over the month, and I've put it in the freezer, and then when I want to make vegetable broth I take it out and then boil it, add some seasoning. I added tarragon, red chili flakes, allspice, bay leaf, and a pinch of salt. I'm going to let that cook so I can drain it and then use the vegetable broth in the vegetarian chili. If you don't want to do this, you can always buy the vegetable broth from the store, or you can use like a bouillon vegetable cube or powder, but this is what I'm doing. I have my crock pot clean and ready to go. I put it on low. I'm going to be using extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to try to put about a teaspoon. There we go. Next, I'm going to wait for that to heat up. You should start to smell the olive oil. Then I'm going to add the small onion to the crock pot. As you can see, I've added the onion to the crock pot. Now I'm going to add in minced garlic. I'm going to use a spoonful. As you can see, we like garlic, so add as much or as little garlic as you would like. I have 2 large celery sticks that I'm going to chop up. I'm going to do mine a little bit more fine. My husband doesn't necessarily like chunky bits of vegetables in his chili, even though technically you're supposed to have chunky chunks of vegetables in your chili, but I digress. Alright, I have all of my celery sticks chopped up. I'm going to add it to the crock pot right now. Normally I add carrots to my chili, but I don't have any carrots, and I think it'll be just fine without the carrots, so I'm not going to add carrots. I went ahead and washed and cut off the tops of the bell peppers, but I'm using a variety of colors of bell peppers: orange, red, and yellow. You can use as many bell peppers or as little bell peppers as you want, but I'm going to use a lot because these are starting to go bad, so I need to use them up. So I put about 9 mini bell peppers in. You could use 2 large ones or 2.5 large bell peppers of any colors that you want. I'm going to chop up 1 Roma tomato. I've already added the bell pepper in. As you can see, I've added the tomato in. I'm going to add stewed tomatoes in later, but now I'm going to try to bloom the seasoning so that I can give it more depth and flavor. I know this is a chili, but I'm going to use paprika instead of chili powder because unfortunately the chili powder that I bought from the Indian store is too spicy for consumption. So I'm going to use paprika. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of paprika so that way I don't die a fiery death from the extremely hot chili powder. As you can see, I've already added 1 tablespoon in, and I'm going to add in the next tablespoon. Next, I'm going to add a teaspoon of turmeric powder. I know it says holiday powder, but it's turmeric. All right, I added in my teaspoon of turmeric powder. Next, I'm going to be adding in cumin. I know it says jeera, but that just means cumin, okay? This has just been toasted and grounded. You can get like the Mexican cumin from Mexico if that's what you want. But this is what I got, so this is what I'm using. As you can see, that is a tablespoon of the cumin. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add some cinnamon to our chili. You don't have to put cinnamon in your chili if you don't want to, but I like to put cinnamon in my chili, so you do you and I'll do me, and that's that. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon. Okay, I went ahead and added that. Next, I'm going to put in some ground cloves. I'm going to do about half a teaspoon. Okay, I lied. It's like less than half a teaspoon, but that's what I got of the ground cloves, so I'm going to add it in. I'm going to go ahead and add in some allspice as well. I think I'm going to put in 4. I'm going to add in some crushed red chili pepper flakes. You don't have to add this in if you don't want to, but this is just going to bring a little bit of the heat since I really couldn't use the chili powder that I have because it's atomic level spiciness. As you can see, I'm going to put a 1 teaspoon in. Then I'm going to add some McCormick Taco seasoning. I'm going to use about a tablespoon. I know you're probably thinking, holy cow, lady, you're adding a lot of seasoning to this, but it is what it is. If I don't, my husband's going to complain. Okay, so I'm going to add some whole oregano. I think I'm just going to take a pinch because obviously I can't get all of the sticks and stuff out. And I don't really want to put a stick in there. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get grossed out. I am going to add in a bay leaf. It's broken. It is what it is. I'm going to add some black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add in some pink salt. Yes, I know I have a lot of seasoning. I'm going to do about a pinch. I might add more later. You salt to your heart's content, or you know, to whatever your blood pressure, cholesterol level can take. I gave everything a really good mix. I'm going to let it bloom. Then I'm going to drain and add some golden sweet corn. I'm going to add some black beans in, drained. Some dark kidney beans. And that's also going to be drained. This is going not to be drained, so I'm going to add this in. I know it says Italian herbs, but your girl has what she has, and I'm going to add what I have. If you have the Mexican one, you do the Mexican one, but this is what I got, and this is what I'm adding, so c'est la vie. So I went ahead and added all the beans, the corn, the stewed tomatoes, and I'm going to give it a good mix. And then I'm going to drain the vegetable broth and add in the vegetable broth. So voila, the vegetable broth is now in there. I'm going to give it a good stir. Then I'm going to let this cook. And hopefully it tastes good. And hopefully my husband doesn't complain. I might mash some of the beans to kind of give it more of like a thicker consistency because my husband does not like watery chili. So I might do that. But yeah, I'm going to let this cook for several hours. The longer you let it cook on like a low setting, the better it's going to be. It's probably going to taste better the next day as well. We're going to add some sour cream and cheese and avocado and probably some chips to top of our chili. So, and if you don't want to do that, you don't do that. You do you. yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you try it, tell me if you like it. If you don't like it, tell me like WTF or why you're not gonna try it. I don't know. You know, leave your comments, complaints, prayers to God, whatever you want to add in the section. Like, comment, share, cry about it. I don't know. You do you. Bye.